Welcome to NOVA's 53rd Annual Commencement Ceremony.
Good morning. Please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices during our commencement ceremony. Thank you. Audience, please remain seated for the academic procession. For graduation are being led by our column marshals. To your left, column 1, led by Alicia Tucker, and to your right, column 2, led by Peggy Heffernan. Family and friends, please welcome the Northern Virginia Community College class of 2019. Candidates for graduation, please rise and remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our college provost and the presidential party. Dr. Annette Hagray, provost of the Alexandria campus. Dr. Pam Hilbert, provost of the Annandale campus. Dr. Julie Leidig, provost of the Loudoun campus. Dr. Molly Lynch, provost of the Manassas campus. Dr. Sam Hill, provost of the Woodbridge campus. Dr. Nicole Reeves, provost of the Medical Education campus. Dr. Chad Knights, provost of Information and Engineering Technologies. Next, please welcome our platform party. The platform party is being led by College Marshal Lisa Stell. Marshal Stell is followed by the Nova College Board Chairman, Rick Pearson. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the interim president of Northern Virginia Community College, Dr. Mel Chiavelli. Audience, please rise and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem as sung by the Novellas, an a cappella group of Nova students.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the College Marshal, Chair of the College Senate, and Associate Dean Lisa Stell.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each of you as I announce the 53rd Annual Commencement Exercises of Northern Virginia Community College. We are so pleased that you are here to honor our graduates and to join us in celebrating their achievements. We also want to recognize and express our appreciation to our active faculty, administrators, and classified staff. We thank them for their many meaningful contributions in support of the work of the college and for their caring concern for the success of our students. Please join me in recognizing all the members of our NOVA team with a round of applause. Thank you. Continuing the program, Mr. Rick Pearson, the chairman of the Northern Virginia Community College Board, will extend our welcome.
Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this annual recognition of academic achievement and undeniable perseverance. I'll begin my formal remarks by asking my fellow members of the NOVA College Board to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Next, I'll ask the members of the NOVA Administrative Council to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Together, these two groups of distinguished men and women form the core leadership of the largest public higher education institution in Virginia and the 14th largest college or university in the nation. Let that size ranking settle in for a minute. For comparative purposes, you'll find that NOVA has over twice as many students as Virginia Tech and 10,000 more students than attend Ohio State. That's big. These numbers matter, especially when it comes to the range of programs and degrees NOVA can offer. You see, in addition to being the chairman of the College Board, I've served many years as a corporate finance executive. I am an unrepentant numbers guy. Accordingly, in welcoming you here, the estimated 10,000 graduates, family members, and friends filling this amphitheater this morning, I want to share some NOVA numbers that should both amaze you and make you proud of having chosen NOVA. First, on average, nearly 25% of all graduating classes in Northern Virginia start their college career here at NOVA. In fact, each year, an estimated 10,500 area high school students actually begin taking classes at NOVA through dual enrollment before graduating high school. How many of you here today, graduating today, took advantage of that opportunity? Very good. That is wonderful. NOVA has also been recognized as one of the top 10 military-friendly community colleges in the country. Over 15% of our students are both active duty reservists, or military family members. Let's hear it for our veterans. NOVA can also take pride in the quality of our faculty. Over the years, 14 NOVA faculty members have been recognized as being among the best of the best at the Virginia College or university level. Another 11 have received prestigious Fulbright Awards in recognition of their excellence in the classroom. A shout out to all our dedicated faculty. Finally, and I love this one, when it comes to your bottom line, NOVA's tuition is less than half of any of our state universities. Frankly, students who don't start at NOVA are paying too much for their education. Without a doubt. NOVA graduates, you have chosen wisely. I want you to continue making smart decisions. Finally, as I turn the podium back over to our college marshal, I wanted to be sure you all join me in recognizing the smart decisions and achievements of all the family and friends who have helped carry or push our graduates across the finish line here today. So, class of 2019, I ask that you please stand. Turn around. Applaud the family members and friends who have always been there for you when you needed them most. Let me ask one more question. I think I know the answer to this. But is the class of 2019 the best class Nova has ever produced? I think so. I know so. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Pearson. Now I ask Dr. Francis Villigren Glover to please come forward to introduce the Nova class of 2019.
Good morning, everyone. So prior to the formal conferring of degrees, I have the distinct honor of introducing Nova's graduating class of 2019. First, let us do this together by direct observation. You have undoubtedly noticed the multicolored cords our graduates are wearing. I will describe the cords and their meaning. If you are wearing a yellow cord, you are part of the summa cum laude with a GPA between 3.8 and 4.0. If you are wearing a green and yellow cord, this signifies magna cum laude with a GPA between 3.5, 3.79. If you're wearing a green cord, cum laude with a 3 PA between 3.2 and a 3.49. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. If you're wearing a red, white, and blue, you signify Nova's appreciation of military and veteran students' service and sacrifice for our country. Thank you so, so much. If you are wearing a gold and blue sash, you indicate the Phi Delta Kappa members of the National Honor Society who have achieved a GPA between 3.5 and 4.0. And finally, if you're wearing crimson and gold, you represent the honors program core curriculum. Please join me in honoring these fine scholars at Nova Virginia Community College. Now, graduates, when I had the opportunity to talk to you on the side as you were lining up, do you remember me telling you it's okay to be asleep between 9:30 and 10, but after 10 o'clock, we're going to rock this house? All right? Remember? You were going to help me, so you're going to help me now. So that we can further appreciate the great talent and diversity of this class, I will ask the graduates to pay close attention and further introduce yourselves. Let's rock this house. As I call out to recognize each special aspect of our graduating class, if it includes you, please stand up and call out in your strongest, firmest voice, "I am Nova." You ready? Are you awake? Are you awake? All right, let's do this. All right. If you are a native Virginian, please stand and say, "I am Nova." All right. You ready for the next one? All right. If you were born in another country, please stand and say, I am Nova. Yeah. If you worked while attending Nova, please stand and say, I am Nova. All right, this is my favorite one. If you are the first in your family to graduate college, please stand and say, I am Nova. Woo! I think you should be allowed to stand a little bit longer. If you speak more than one language, please stand and say, I am Nova. All right, yeah. Okay, if you speak more than 2 languages, stand up and say, I am Nova. And the other 2 languages. If you are a proud dreamer, please stand and say, I am Nova. Yes! All right, woo! If you plan to transfer to university, please stand and say, I am Nova. Yes. Are we getting tired yet? No. If you plan to transfer to George Mason University, please stand and say, I am Nova. If you plan to immediately launch a new career, a new business, please stand and say, I am Nova. If you love Game of Thrones, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'll script, sorry. All right. Are we back on? All right. All right. If you are a single parent, please stand and say, I am Nova. If you are currently or have served in the military, reserves, or National Guard, or a spouse or a family member of a military, please stand and say, I am Nova. If you are over 60 and young and proud to be joining the ranks of scholars, please stand and say, I am Nova. This is not in the script, but you're a faculty, staff, and you're in the house, stand and say, I am Nova. All right, and finally, so we can raise the roof in one loud voice, if you are a proud member of Nova's class of 2019, please stand and say, I am Nova. Thank you, candidates. We are so, so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Villagran Glover. I now ask that Mr. Darwin Lovos Vanegas, the class of 2019 and a past student representative to our Nova College Board, to please join me at the podium. Darwin will be introducing our commencement speaker.
Hello, good morning, good morning. Nova guests, faculties, and staff, and my fellow classmates of 2019 grads, it is my honor, yes, it is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Guylaine Saint Juste. She is currently the Executive Director of Europe Program for the National Capital Region, and I am gladly proud to say that I am a proud graduate of the Europe Program. As you will soon be able to know, our guest speaker brings the passion, knowledge to everything she does. In many ways, Ms. Saint Juste is one of us. She is proud of her diversity, her status as an immigrant, and especially the opportunity and the possibility that as a NOVA grad. Prior to joining the Europe program, Mrs. Saint Juste had a highly successful career in the financial service industry, especially in the Capital One banking. In addition to her associates here at NOVA, she holds a Bachelor of Arts at George Washington University and a graduation degree in the retail banking management from the University of Virginia. She serves in many key economy developments and workforce and nonprofit boards. Overall, our guest speaker is a brilliant, shining example of NOVA graduates can achieve. And remember, what starts here changes the world. Carry yourself with discipline and pride. Demand the best from yourself, the very best.
Hello, class of 2019. You guys did not rock the house for me. So I'm gonna ask you to do it again. Hello, class of 2019. So what I wanted to do has been taken a little bit, and so we're gonna do something different anyway. See, I practice gratitude because with gratitude comes joy. And so I often say, I come as one, but I stand for 10,000. And so I'm going to ask the class of 2019 to stand up because you did not get here alone. You stand on the shoulders of giants. And so I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to ask you to do some joyful noise and just say, thank you, you made it today. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Say it louder. Rock this house. Thank you. Rock this house. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. See, I got to wear my glasses, so forgive me. Class of 2019, allow me to begin by extending my congratulations to each and every one of you as individuals, but also as this amazing body that I have the privilege from seeing from this point of view today. I also want to extend my gratitude to the former president of NOVA, Dr. Scott Walls, who couldn't be with us today, and to the entirety of the NOVA executive body for inviting me to be with you today. To all the professors, the board, and the entire NOVA community, it is such an honor to be your commencement speaker. See, 30 years ago exactly, I sat exactly where you are sitting, earning my associate degree from Nova. And so just like you, I am Nova. I believe in God, and with Him, yes, I do. I believe in God, and with Him, how exhilarating the past 3 decades have been since then. An amazing adventure in the power of aspire, believe, and achieve. Today is an unwavering celebration of your unwavering focus on learning and growing, your undeniable willingness to sacrifice the immediate temptations and distractions buzzing all around you, daring to aspire, to believe, and to achieve this milestone today, your Nova graduation, which will lay out a path on the way to a rich and rewarding future. And I can tell you, the view from this side is simply magnificent. So I'm going to ask the parents, the uncles, the family members, the friends, all of you who supported those students in arriving here today to stand up and give them a rousing round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Class of 2019, you represent a body of 45 countries from across the globe: Albania, China, Congo, Honduras, Thailand, Pakistan, and so many others. Almost 100 of the graduates are studying on a student visa. 64%, 2/3 of you, are from a racial or ethnic minority like me, and one of you is 71 years young. Close to a quarter of you represent the dreams of your parents and your communities as the first generation to graduate from college. Don't tell me this isn't amazing in this house today. In 1987, an immigrant girl from Haiti, barely speaking and comprehending English, I could have never have even dreamed that one day I would be your commencement speaker, following in the footsteps of a Virginia governor and the president of the prestigious George Mason University, my alma mater, where I took Nova first and continued for my bachelor's degree. But I am here today to share a word, maybe two, of my own journey, hoping to inspire you and remind you that yes, your dreams and aspirations can be made manifest despite what might seem like unsurmountable odds and obstacles. Let me make something very clear. Yours and mine are not the stories of because. Ours are the voices and the moans and the hums of the stories of the despite. And what could I possibly mean by that? The stories of because are often born from privilege and access and pedigree. Those who rise from despite are those who aspire, believe, and achieve despite the chasms separating them from their highest dreams. And that is you, class of 2019. Please come down memory lane with me for just a moment, if you would. I am sitting in a psychology class at Nova Annandale, and when my classmates nodded, I too nodded. When they smiled, I smiled too. And when I saw them taking notes, I began to noodle shapeless forms in my notebook. And so when the class ended and the room emptied, the only thing one could hear were the heart-wrenching sobs of fear and sorrow. My ambition of speaking and understanding English had come to an abrupt halt. Nothing made sense. And as I stared at the absence of any word on my page, I thought, there is no way I will ever graduate from college nor make anything of myself. And yeah, it took some time to wallow in self-pity. I'm not even gonna deny it. I did. But then I figured I was already here. Something had to be done. And so I picked myself up and thought to myself that he who brought me here would see me through it. And I went home, and I kept at it, kept studying, kept reading books even when the words carried no meaning, kept picking up more and more, little by little, every day. And despite that moment of despair, I think I speak English enough for you to understand me today. Many of you can relate to something like this. Even if it is not exactly your story, you hold within your heart a defining moment that serves as the canvas from which your own life story takes shape. Khalil Gibran writes, "Sorrow carves the bowl where happiness lives." I have rewritten this to say, sorrow carves the bowl where happiness dwells, because happiness is a dwelling place, it is not a living place. I believe you each have a story, a voice, a song that captures the essence of your soul. So I learned to be resilient, I learned to persevere, I learned to get back up every time I had a setback. I learned to be very, very patient and to never lose focus on my aspirations, my dreams, and my capacity to achieve them. Staying the course with Nova first, then pursuing a bachelor's degree at George Mason University, I later went on to earn a graduate degree from University of Virginia, while simultaneously, see the accent is still thick, single parenting 2 girls who were year-round athletes and high-achieving students, after losing my mother less than 2 years after divorcing my first husband. Let me point out, I say a bachelor's degree and not a 4-year degree. Why, you might ask? Because I worked full-time, raised a family, was a single mom, grew a career, was the breadwinner, caregiver, caretaker, you get the point, and so I went as fast as I could given my circumstances. For me, that took 7 years. So should we call my degree a 7-year degree? I think bachelor's sounds better than 4 years, don't you agree? Though I faltered, nothing broke my spirit. Despite everything, I aspired and I believed that the highest mountains didn't stand a chance against the life force that propels us all forward every day towards our very own promised land. Last Saturday was a big day for me. I watched Jessica, my second child, earn a bachelor's in science in cellular molecular physiology. I had to learn to say that too. After playing college basketball for 4 years as a student athlete at a fine institution, she's on her way to medical school. 6 years earlier, her sister Joelle earned her bachelor's degree in political science and has since earned her master's degree from a top school. Both my daughters have earned their bachelor's in 4 years at a fine institution, and you know what? With no debt because their mama could pay for it. How's that for a legacy? I assure you, I have walked some deep, deep valleys, and I have experienced firsthand what the writer Ayan Lavenzant says, it is in the valley that I grew. And I couldn't have imagined, as I stood in that valley after divorcing my first husband when my children were 7 years and 18 months old, losing my mom 2 years later, trying to raise 2 little girls, that one day I would marry the love of my life. Jackie and I were married 10 years ago. Together we've created an us that anchors my heart and gives wings to our family. Jackie is here to support me and encourage me today. Thank you, Jackie, for being the shore where my heart has found its home. Lastly, class of 2019, aspire to seek a mission or a cause larger than yourself. My particular passion is the pursuit of economic equity and mobility for young people who are rich in potential yet lack the opportunities to rise and soar. At Year Up, we call that the opportunity divide. Expect that the broader your dreams and aspirations, the more insurmountable the obstacles might seem. Do not worry. Just choose to believe that inside of you lies a deep pool of wisdom and knowledge. Never be afraid to tap into it. The wisdom and knowledge that is inside of you will guide you and show you when and how to climb the steep mountain ahead. It will shine a light around the narrow path hidden behind the bend, the one that might seem dark and lonely and untraveled, and yet the one you must trust enough to tread on. Gird yourself of the full armor of your tool belt, for at times you will need to power through that mountain and make a way for others to follow after you. And how to do that, you might be asking yourself? Martin Luther King has been quoted umpteenth time, right? You're responding. He's been quoted umpteenth time, right? Thank you. My favorite, if there is such a thing, is when he helps us to realize that the true measure of a human is not where one stands in times of comfort. It is what spills forth. It is what spills forth when the forces against you reveal the content of your character. Let that character be one who relentlessly tells the truth and seeks to understand, to learn, to grow. Invest in yourself and believe that you are worthy to be invested in. Dare to dream your own dreams, whatever they might be. Dance to the beat of your own drum. And you know what? If it is a violin that captures you, then I suggest you learn how to waltz. Be relentless in your own pursuit of your own good life. After all, you are in America, the land of opportunity. Forgive often. Forgive often, and try to do so quickly. Above all else, forgive yourself. The journey we are on is arduous enough without the garbage of anger, resentment, and revenge towards those who have wronged you, and they will be around. Reality is, the only thing they can be successful at is revealing the content of your character. At Year Up, I think we are in the love business in that we believe the best and seek the best for the young people like Darwin we have the privilege of serving or having served. We design and build runways where our young people bring their planes straightened for takeoff, ready for flight. And as Dr. Seuss says, oh, the places like you they go. Careers, lives, education, income, they believed were outside of their reach. And just like you out here today, the ability to aspire, to keep your chin up, looking above, never below, to be the dreamer of dreams, to have strong beliefs, and to weave those plans in everyday actions and deeds eventually leads to the place of profound achievement. There is symbiosis between aspire, believe, and achieve, and it is the great honor of my life to stand shoulder to shoulder with Casey Recupero, Deidre Boykin, Gloria Best, and Alicia Boggs, who I think are in the audience today, because you know what, you guys? You are agents of good, doers of good deeds, and you need to help us realize that your fingerprints, I want you to hold your hand, class of 2019, hold your hands up, and I want you to know, never before and never again, ever on the human history will there be a set of fingerprints exactly like yours. Therefore, know how unique and powerful you are. And because of that, I have a charge for you. You have no way to go but up. Human history resembles to me a beautiful mosaic, rich, vibrant, colorful. Each of us is a speck on that mosaic, and I believe the purpose of that is to remind us of our insignificance, of our finite time here on this planet. And yet, the dichotomy of this is that without this unique piece, a hole is left vacant that no one else can fill. Therefore, class of 2019, you have a duty, a responsibility, an obligation to aspire to live a life of significance, to believe that Nova has equipped you with wings with which to fly and to achieve, so that you leave this world better than you found it. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to speak with you today. Go boldly, go Nova.
Thank you, Ms. Saint Juste, for your thoughtful remarks. And to show our gratitude, the College Foundation will be providing a special student grant in your honor. It will allow a member of our Student Government Association to attend a leadership training conference. Now, thank you. Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs and Interim Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Sherry Robertson, will now come forward to present the candidates for degrees and certificates.
Hello. Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts degree please rise and stay standing? Associate of Arts, that's like liberal arts, fine arts? Yeah, all right. Very good, good job. Next, will the candidates for the Associate of Science degree please rise and stay standing? Great. Okay. Nova has a new kind of degree this year. Is there anybody here with an Associate of Fine Arts degree? We have at least 2 graduates. It's a brand new degree. Oh, there's one. Yay, good job. Will the candidates for the Associate of Applied Science degree please rise and stay standing? Okay, candidates for the Associate of Applied Arts, would you please rise? Thank you. All right, how about the candidates for the certificate? Please rise and remain standing. Yay, very good. And finally, will the candidates for the Career Studies certificate please rise and remain standing? Very good. There's a lot of you out there, so let's get this going. Interim President Schiavelli, on behalf of the faculty of Northern Virginia Community College, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for graduation for the class of 2018 to 2019. The degrees and certificates will be conferred by Interim President Schiavelli and College Board Chair Rick Pearson, right there. They will be assisted by other members of the College Board, the campus provosts, and other members of the Administrative Council. Enjoy your day.
By virtue of the authority granted by the Commonwealth of Virginia to Northern Virginia Community College and by the State Board of Community College delegated to me, I authorize each of you to regard your degree or certificate as evidence of the award conferred with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, your degrees and certificates have now officially been conferred. You may reverse your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated. Believe, aspire, achieve. That's the 3-year theme for Nova's commencement starting 2 years ago. Nova is an institution built on those foundations. We don't have big-time sports and we don't have palatial dormitories at Nova. Where we excel is in the value of your education and the upward economic mobility that a Nova education makes possible for you. In fact, in 2017, Nova was recognized as number 7 of 1,450 community colleges in the United States in moving students from the lower reaches of income levels to the top 20%. The opportunity to move up an economic ladder, to build a home, support a family, become a productive citizen in this dynamic region is far better than a football championship. When Nova opened its doors in 1965, the governor at that time referred to Nova as the College of Necessity and the Academy of Opportunity. He noted that our college is built on the original beliefs of practical founding leaders like Thomas Jefferson, who believed in the inextricable linkage between education and employment. In fact, starting in the 1790s and for over 30 years, Mr. Jefferson battled, cajoled, nudged, urged the faculty at the College of William and Mary over moving the curriculum toward more practical and employment-oriented subjects like agriculture and modern foreign languages. He didn't succeed. So he gave up and founded the University of Virginia. I grew up as a kid on the streets of West Side Chicago. In fact, I probably learned to fight before I learned to spell my name. But back then, Northern Virginia, just like the neighboring state to Illinois, Wisconsin, was primarily known for its successes in agriculture. For decades, Loudoun County led Virginia in milk production and was the home to a champion Holstein bull. Listen to the name of this animal, Round Oak Rag Elevation. He lived in Purcellville, and 95% of the Holsteins on the planet today are descended from him. But that's not Loudoun today. All those cow barns have been replaced with scores of data centers where 70% of the world's internet traffic passes through Loudoun County daily. In fact, that's the main reason Amazon chose Northern Virginia for their second corporate headquarters. Not because of our infrastructure, but because of the talent and work ethic of the people in Virginia and the willingness of Northern Virginia's academic institutions to support their growth. We take pride in the achievement of our graduates at Nova. Nova produces more IT and business graduates than any other community college in America. And by the way, it doesn't take a mathematics genius to get a job in IT. Go into any hospital or doctor's office in the region, and I hope you don't have to do this anytime soon. You'll likely be greeted by a Nova-trained medical records specialist, examined by a Nova-trained nurse, and have test runs by a Nova-trained allied health professional. Frankly, when I had quad tendon surgery recently, I was totally dependent and on the skills and mercy of 4 of our medical education campus graduates. Thank you. Today, we celebrate each and every one of your outstanding achievements as the newest Nova alumni. More likely than not, your achievement is particularly noteworthy because you succeeded while working, helping to support a family or parents, raising kids, or while dealing with life challenges that many other students, college students, never confront. Your achievements required grit and resilience, and your experience here will prepare you for the marketplace challenges, allowing you to seize opportunities that come your way or the ones you create. All of us need advice at key moments in our lives, and I hope you found a mentor during your time at Nova. Whether that mentor was a dean of students, an advisor, a counselor, or a member of our outstanding faculty, we trust you find someone to make your journey with us rewarding and fulfilling. If you did, we have succeeded along with you. Like many of your parents, my father had immigrant parents. His constant advice to me was get an education. I know now he didn't know why. He knew that that was a ticket that needed to be punched to a better life. It was important to him. He was only able to complete the 8th grade before he had to leave school to support his family as his own father died. I guess I listened to him and pursued an education, but as has happened and will happen to many of you, my path was not a straight line. I'm keenly aware of serendipity in life. Career plans and career choices are often only a starting point, and they won't always lead you in the best or the right direction. It is likely that opportunity will T-bone your life. Your career will change. You'll find something new. You will know when that happens, so please be ready for the unexpected. Your Nova education has provided you with a great and useful tool. Take pride in it, leverage it well, and share your joy as well as your passion. Nova Class of 2019, we are proud of you. Go out and make a difference, inspire others. And oh, by the way, there's a Navy SEAL commander who led the raid on Osama bin Laden, Admiral William McRaven. I'll paraphrase what he said. It's on YouTube, you can watch it, it's a great speech. If you want to change the world, make your bed every day. You will have accomplished the first small task of the day successfully and be ready to tackle the next and the next and the next tasks of that day.
Thank you, Dr. Chiavelli. That was interesting. President Chiavelli, the names of the candidates here with us today will be read by Ms. Janice Horniak, Mr. Jim Toper, Mr. Ramon Perez, and Dr. Haib Sosa. Candidates will be escorted to the stage by their faculty marshals. We ask that all graduates return to their seats immediately after crossing the stage. We also urge all graduates and guests to stay here. Don't leave right after you finish. Please stay and celebrate your classmates. We ask that you and your families do this out of respect, but also to enjoy the entire ceremony. But there's more. This year, in addition to staying with your colleagues just a few more minutes, there's another reason to stay. Thanks to the NOVA Foundation, we will be randomly awarding a $1,000 transfer scholarship to 7 lucky graduates here with us today. $1,000. I don't know about you, but I don't make that much in 2 hours, so I would stay if they'd give me another 1,000. So if you'll stay for that, you have to be here at the end of the ceremony in order to claim that scholarship. Here's how this is all going to work. The candidates for certificates and degrees will be invited to come forward. Both columns will be advancing to the stage at the same time. Our readers will alternate calling graduates from both sides of the stage. But before I ask our marshals to lead our attending graduates forward, we'll begin with 3 special recognitions. First, I ask that the family of Mr. Kevin Canelas Haldin please stand. Unfortunately, Kevin passed away before he was able to participate in these commencement exercises. So we are very happy that President Chiavelli has approved a posthumous award for Kevin, and we are very pleased that his family could be with us. Respectfully, we now pause to honor him. Wonderful. Thank you. Second, and on a very different note, we wish to recognize and congratulate immediate past NOVA Board President, Chairman Todd Rowley, for his successful completion of the Associate of Science and Information Technology Award. Now, he has been working on this for some time, and now he's already started on his Cloud Award, and then he's going to do cybersecurity, and then a few career studies certificates on the way. But we are very pleased that he is one of you today, and so we ask if he and Dr. Chiavelli would come forward. Next, we wish to recognize and congratulate Darwin Lobos Vanegas for his successful completion of the associate degree in cybersecurity. We know he'll have a job. Darwin, if you would please come forward. Congratulations, everyone. Professor Heffernan and Professor Tucker, please bring the students forward to the base of your ramp. Ms. Horniak, you will have the first graduate.
Charlene Kachenia. Courtney Hirsch. Elim Seyum. Aaron Metcalf. Sanya Tanwir. John Oduro. Jasenia Falwell. Hunter Fedorchik. Kathy Congleton. Josette Frederick. Lena Al-Hashimi. Spencer Tolo. Kyla Hoffman. Jorge Vargas. Richard Poulter. Andres Ravelo. Rodrigo Gamara Farfan. Laya Rovira Tares. M. Farouk Zahid. Sebastian Upangu. Edward Bradley. Julia Cooper. Shannon Davis. Zachary Payne. Ayman Abduwasi Yusuf. Ephraim Fisatsion. Drew Binns. Bruce Clark. Grace Aguimong. Edgar De La Rosa. Julio Villa Ibanez. Annie Saunders. Jeffrey Paz.
Tamara Goodwin.
Tiara Parker.
Will Stansby.
Luan Mengistu.
Luis Crevasii.
Tammy Gillums.
Chris Thornton.
Anuj Kumar Palal.
Brianna Wall.
Kazia Nimbwe.
Lauren Occur.
Megan Mendoza.
Jessica Ash.
Sarah Roberts.
Alexis Bilak.
Taylor Renee Cooper Hampton.
Stephen Agustin.
Maria T. Bastos.
Brian Almodovar.
Antonio Gabriel Neto.
Lauren Olson.
Jacob Kasim.
Samantha Andrade.
Reggie Santiago.
Anthony Struby.
Mary Baluyat.
Jonathan Barrett.
Kim Betucci.
Dulce Soto.
Maria Carmela Gaila.
Maxine Evans.
Benjasmina Reyes.
Liz Salas.
Lucia Cisneros.
Christy Kramer.
Victoria Cafando.
Tatiana Legacy.
Anna Rona Baltazar Gillis.
Spandan Shrestha.
Carmen Elias.
Danny Antesana.
Christian Espania.
Amma Osong.
Wenliang Wei.
Edwig Siga.
Lisa Bear.
James Fosu.
Shahida Hajer.
Luis Hernandez.
Ariba Qureshi.
Damian Carter.
Christian Escobar.
Matthew Smith.
Michael Abanyan.
Sekar Chakrabarti.
Marco Medina.
John Michael Encabo.
Lady Rivera Parada.
David Benton.
Susina Mojes.
Aster Negash.
Sydney Zemka.
Douglas Lopez.
Sana Shabazz.
Camille Giselle Chupin.
Fatima Gabriela Gonzalez Alvarado.
Tanya Lachelle Jeffrey.
Huma Khan.
Alimami Kamara.
Farozan Nouri.
Maria Teresa Patchman.
Suad Diab.
Michael Mushrush.
Julie Almir.
Genesis Taylor Banks.
Anne Marie De Rosa.
Julie Weslina.
Margaret Kang.
Dunia Pardo Pinto.
Jenna Willie.
Miranda Galas.
Jacqueline Gomez Marquez.
Baraket Estefanos.
Rafael Manalo.
Ben Rose.
Tara Kirkpatrick.
Kiga Momaho.
Clinton Huffman.
Alexander Jackson.
Mara Ansley.
Anthony Quinteros Castaneda.
Patricia Power.
Benjamin Fedorka.
Melissa Stuckey.
Kyle Zenger.
Jessica Catherine Brown.
Erin Brisley.
Michelle Bio.
Caleb Serrano Sanchez.
Haunani Shapi.
Rachel Tapp.
Madison Givens.
Cassandra Serrano.
Savannah Walk.
David Newson.
Shiloh Martin.
Dat Tran.
Melinda Cooper.
Can Nguyen.
Caleb Roberts.
Marco Fragoso.
Christopher Papp.
Kirsten Krivonak.
Marissa Coloreta.
Diego Heredia.
Latarisha Jean-Pierre Stanley.
Lisandro Mercado.
Carmen Luz Perez.
Juan Correa.
Melanie Gallardo.
Orelua Adelaki.
Patumrat Kelly.
Valeria Biu,
Sonia Flores,
Samia Hajei,
Luis Ramirez Jr.,
Valerie Tanner,
Tyler Walker,
Andrew Dates,
Yalvi Kawadan,
Kevin Perez,
Kelly McIntyre,
Juan Vargas,
Badir Gushesh,
Amita Nasir,
Jimena Gonzalez Pintos,
Pavona Gunlak,
Jocelyn Davidson,
Barry Glosson,
Christopher Purcell,
Kelly Miller Jr.,
Tasia Johnson,
Jonas Bayou,
Edwin Brown Jr.,
Fern Estrella,
Wendy Batkin,
Karen Clark Fuse,
Sarah O'Gorley,
Roxana Rowe,
Stephen Bowling,
Andrew Gill,
Ali Rambo,
Lara Brigioni,
Dmitry Zishki,
Elizabeth Flick,
Carlos Resendez Garcia,
Kimberly Bellamy,
Angelita Crawford,
Idania Diaz Gaitan,
Jacqueline Bailey,
Mary Alice Winston,
Nicholas Carr,
Julian Ayala,
Ahmed Abdul Wahab,
William Castro,
David Goodkin,
Andres Sanchez,
Jacinto Sue,
Philip Smith Cobbs,
Rachel Milam,
Samantha Kuko,
Honesty Kern,
Lenny Masson,
Jada Parker,
Noble Halm,
Latanya Christian,
Sang Lim,
Benjamin Duval,
Helen Tadasi,
Joshua Feltz,
Negar Puyan,
Lara Kalik,
Kaitling Sanders,
Emre Nalbantoglu,
Ajumal Mayar,
Gabrielle Lakami,
Joshua Devera,
Omar Shakil,
Aya Nesato,
Jason Blackwell,
Latifa Mansuit,
Andrew Soria Quiroz,
Lina Maria Murky,
Ara Maria Cardenas Leguizamo,
Francisco Marin,
Elizabeth Williamson,
Nicholas Leslie,
Mohammed Asali,
Hifsa Naz,
Manpreet Kaur,
Christina Dragoy,
Melina Viatoro,
Yuging On,
Jessica Andrea Aranabar,
Veronica Nancy Olivera Rojas,
Zaria Thomas,
Seyavan Crudup,
Javier Lescano,
Rosemary McGordy Heron,
Angie Ramos Gurlon,
Courtney Balsersak,
Brandon Christensen,
Guadalupe Diaz,
Patrice Brown,
Brian Rivera,
Connor Shook,
Trang No,
Shireen Hanna,
Hussam Abdul Kalek,
Edison Clark,
Aaron Spitali,
Mariama Soare Dean,
Koluwali Sumanu,
Yusufu Kamara,
Tony Raging,
Amanata Kamu,
Jessica Chicas Gonzalez,
Joshua Blair,
Amalia Berrios,
Michael Cofield,
Dora Fuentes,
Tigist Asfa,
Sedar Imani,
Luciana Gomez,
Anika Newton,
Courtney Thornburg,
Ashley Cox,
Clayton Newcomb,
Andrew Crack,
Christopher Marin,
Kyle Elliott,
Maria Luisa Espinosa,
Tucker Johnson,
Kristen Meadows,
Charles Donnelly Justos,
Catherine Anderson,
Kiona Dickerson,
Alex De Leon,
Gina Gaitan,
Veronica Jackson,
Mackenzie Bracco,
Vanessa Hayes,
Micah Sumter,
Emily Myberg,
Jessica Black,
Carolyn Sarakis,
James Williamson,
Ricardo Correa,
Armand Ahmadjan,
Jessica Wilson,
Eric Mercado,
David Norris,
Mercy Diaz,
Ohene Kwame Sarkodie,
Lauren Miller,
Majid Ali,
Fortunato Rafael Costilla Vargas,
Martin Ampuero,
Alan Maldonado Cabrera,
Jason Edward Griffith,
Yumeng Yang,
Matthew Carter,
Shirin Tuvisi,
Josephine Shipe,
Afreen Khan,
Marielle Santa Cruz,
Kasi Sarfaraz,
Dilana Moore,
Brandon Saavedra,
Mariela Calderon,
Mohamed Abdullah,
Darlene Gonzalez Munoz,
Paul Safari,
Jocelyn Rodas,
Nicholas Damon,
Judy Daphne Bubai,
Lynn Nguyen,
Kaylee Harris,
Jose Guevara,
Jonathan Tellis,
Nina Marie Avedician,
Samantha Caff,
Mary Avedician,
Chad Taimuri,
Lauren Davis,
Walid Rahimi,
Sephora Mitchum Daris,
Ophelia Sedzro,
Sabia Ahmed,
Dong Yao Han,
Samra Ali,
Gabriela Pantau,
Zora Safar,
Jasmine Lewis,
Nathaniel Gombra,
Karen Guzman Arnez,
Julius Hunt,
Russell Jones,
Jesse Pringle,
Bethlehem Tamrat,
Tessie Rose Kaiser,
Abiat Abiza,
Junhee Lee,
Leslie Ann Paricio,
Annie Carper,
Richard Calhoun,
Samuel Marin,
Theodore Lyons,
Jordan Carnes,
Mary Bryant,
Melissa Elizabeth Alvarado Villanueva,
Lynette Flaherty Glover,
Ana Rosa Bautista,
Nane Quia Owusu Atak Ora,
Jose Lobo,
Dan Nguyen,
Deborah DePerio,
Laura Valentina,
Hainok Cabera,
Jorge Luis Arica Ramos,
Veronica Dicova,
Ingrid Abernathy,
Claudia Collado Zavala,
D'Angelo Tolo,
Kathana David,
Audrey Lawton,
Mariana Reyes,
Josh Cole,
Gabriela Nicole Sanz,
Eric Gravette,
Simer Viradia,
Ellen Schwartz,
Christopher Belinsky,
Edward Coe,
Daniel Joins,
Olman Cruz,
Moeed Malik,
Castile Cranefield,
Daniela Montero Gonzalez,
Mariama Bangura,
Abdullah Arnous,
Adama Bundu Bangura,
Rafael Rebolo,
Sarah Elizabeth Stillions,
William Jennings,
Takman Lao Bilyu,
Natalia Nesbit,
Sunirat Kaikabkam Long,
Marcela Flores,
Mike Rashidi,
John Rojas,
Alexandra Brown,
Maria Kennedy,
Linda Smoot,
Maritza Medina,
Samantha Ann Schultz,
Ni Chung,
Ashley Torres,
Michael Marquez,
Donnell Nelson,
Myra Davison,
Evelyn Hoya Rubio,
Landon Rhodes,
Palmata Muta,
James Page,
Ayelso Melissa,
Kevin Hillary,
Drew Skull,
Ayesha Akhter,
Dana Winslow,
Zachariah Ahmed,
Lourdes Martinez Nunes,
Serena Velena,
Magali Delgado,
Francisco Emanuel Fuentes Valderas,
Radwan Muhammad,
Mary Joyce Ferrer,
Tanisha Smikla,
Bayan Hamad,
Cassandra Eaton,
Colin Simon,
Dorian Malonga Kundi,
Jose Fuentes,
Shanika Rhodes,
Alexandra Pontigoso,
Doroteo A. Bonilla,
Jacob Polzin,
Jessica Sanchez,
Courtney Vetter,
Mejabin Imtiaz,
Natalie Dow,
Sadana Paul,
Selemawit Bain,
Victoria Byerson,
Shannon Bledsoe,
Estefania Ayala,
Jennifer Busby,
Anisha Rodriguez,
Dewa Ayubi,
Chelsea Hernandez,
Glenda Segovia,
Sandra Sosa,
Lori Speed,
Alan C.S. Phillips,
Vanessa Myrona,
James Heener IV,
Alex Chu,
Virginia Aguilar Canales,
Alexandra Jordan Koo,
Derek Foster, Shirley Escotu Ruiz,
Vanessa Riojas,
Sani Backstrom,
Javier Rodriguez,
Christiane Hansford,
Rosna Cadell,
Jamaluddin Miraj,
Sisay Negusi,
Nelson Barahona,
Jack Lanier,
Sarah Griffin,
Braulio Diaz Apasa,
Diana Changanaki,
Ezekiel Smith,
Carmen Corbett,
Matias Felicioni,
Baruzan Basiri,
Michael Fowell,
Sarah Satarzad Gasabi,
Rafida Kawan,
Anna Smirnova,
Dina Samuel,
Shannon Parrish,
Nicole Mejia,
Sarah Jones,
Isaias Abebe,
Jennifer Wall,
John Manton,
Therese Cochran,
Kai Ritter,
Camilla Wilson,
Eva Schoff,
Olena Jufrida,
Richard Torres,
Madeline Holbrook,
Tamara Kapaji,
Daria Lubovsky,
Bobby Dosat,
Cynthia Nosko,
David Bornazian,
Nargis Saftari,
Christopher Lencioni,
Melvena Talley,
Marco Cirabella,
Andrew Swess,
Christopher Bison,
Juan Calderon,
Joshua Sipple,
Christina Tran,
Rene Perdomo,
Natalia Hong Sun,
Marco Di Silvestre,
Juaniqua Hurst,
Maduka Virachi,
Sheila Eris Bisis,
Abdullah Qureshi Abs,
Deja White,
Ryan Karam,
Saad Hashimi,
Grayson Safel,
Harold Griffiths,
Thomas Reese,
Mario Cuelor Lopez,
Michael McHugh,
Jill Johan Peter,
Anwar Bachwa.
Give it back to me.
Najib Mohammed Sabraski.
Mary Rory Calix,
Lala Hasna.
Catherine Fugon,
Mariela Guzman Escobar.
Sana Iqbal,
Aran Smith.
Hina Abbas,
Njat Hamed.
Faye Al Orfali,
Luis Aguiar.
Alia Massis,
Saleh Alaye.
Sadiqullah Sadiq,
Daniel Khan.
Khadiza Islam,
Solomon Ba.
Ariel Laguerre,
Niamat Ullah.
Colton Ellis,
Jamila Dalton.
Kusaudru Linder,
Jarikwa Demerek.
Khalifa Marine,
Sumaya Jibril.
Jesus Oseguera,
Jace Suma.
Brittany Morgan,
Stacy Bixler.
Leslie Matos Bakovich,
Shankwai Chen.
Berta Cosme,
Johnny Smooth Jr.
Enrique Hiron Castro,
Nicholas Rittner.
Megan Bauman,
Gol Tem.
Lina Vanessa Soto Naranjo,
Rodney Sumta.
Waiter Early,
Dominic Carmanico.
Tea Planas.
Emerson Maverick Phoenix,
Emily Crowfoot.
Lebo Sango,
Caitlin Jennings.
Alain Azit Nsita,
Samuel Porter.
Jenny Lake,
Matthew Hargrove.
Ashley Hudak,
Maria Mora.
Rachel Davis,
Chirarajibi Dangal.
Leoncio Manuel Bustamante,
Carlo Mendoza Chiang.
Leonardo Catrines Melendez,
Eman Akub.
Sergio Bonilla,
Samantha Fernandez.
Carlos Velasquez,
Miyoko Spratley.
Nancy Matidze,
Lindsay Elena Andreas.
Hiwat Yilma,
Brittany Allen.
Jalen Nazareth,
Evelyn Rivas.
Danayet Negazin,
Consuela Johnson Fleming.
Ayub Luli,
Morgan Farrell.
Fethi Yusuf,
Allison Cromwell.
Nabel Abdo,
Natalia Guimares
Mizau Abamza,
Gloria McMaster.
Nahum Kifle,
Vanessa Royamas.
Hicham Alfarsi,
Tatiana Brody.
Thomas Grant,
Jocelyn Cabrera Moran.
Kevin Nunez Diaz,
Kevin Maldonado Cabrera.
Brian Rao,
Catherine Zagal.
Andrew Hamilton,
Gabrielle Chapley.
Rafael Muliadi,
Obed Efa Boateng.
Sebastian Sanchez,
Michael Henning.
Sam Arthur,
Courtney Abrahams.
Tiana Barnes,
Avery Mills.
Robert Fostero,
Arso Ayan.
Nani Kaur Buharla,
Jessica Rice.
Apollinaire Abo,
Ariadna Sanchez.
Christopher Settles,
Lillian Burkett.
Brittany Fuentes,
Caitlin Ruperto.
Marita Masquez,
Valerie Johnson.
Brenda Joycelyn Gonzalez,
Vamantha Casey.
Ivania Del Cid Orellana,
Richard Senoya.
Ons Amur,
Andrew Leighton Miller.
Ida Mengisti,
Brooke Ninman.
Miriam Mazinab,
Shiana Gani.
Amber Elaine Denise Dunn,
Miranda Harrison.
Gloria Mwanza,
Marquita Martin.
Safi Heck,
Estela Lima.
Emily Toledo Cruz,
Brizeda Argueta Harkin.
Marwan Tagni,
Nancy Cordelia Lemus Portillo.
Agnesa Zalezakwa,
Emily Poros Vasquez.
Ferrante Liz,
Alexis Casper.
Jacob Brown,
Tayabe Saklabadi.
Janelle Carter,
Jacqueline Lemus Padilla.
Melissa Pereira,
Summer McCullough.
Jason Jones,
Elmer Rodriguez.
Jasmine Gazalvez,
Cheryl Clanahan.
Candace Lisano,
Aileen Foley.
Kanis Alamseti,
Emily Fulbrook.
Victoria Hatchett,
Dulisa Wolfuk.
Candida Contreras,
Shah Sumbatayan.
Esmeralda Medrano,
Shannon Craig McCurdy.
Sam Ansis,
Jessica Weinrich.
Janice Elias,
Alexander Pieftel.
Christopher Angeli,
Rebecca Leigh Brunel Allen.
Nick Werner,
Magdalena Bushabrodska.
Ryan Byrne,
Estefania Sanchez Alfaro.
Thomas De Angelis,
Juliana Masonis Senosain.
Christina Rodriguez,
Adriana Alvarez.
Cynthia Gacha,
Birhanu Woldeab.
Naomi Wanington,
Maroon Diaz.
Amy Coronado,
Jacob Benish.
Amariana Newton,
Jasmine Pham.
Mai Fujiwara,
Griselda Jimenez.
Benjamin Mills,
Diego Bolivar.
Wills Jarquin,
Carla Katiuska Sanchez.
Sean Dewey,
Julie Reed.
Bruena Mayen,
Nelly Zapata.
Jasane Davis.
Brendan Doolin.
Okay. All right. Morgan Barber,
Grace Hudochi.
Lauren Barber.
Maria Tejada.
Okay. David Morante Arcila,
Silvia Brito.
Okay. So this
Kayla Marisa Martinez.
Daphne Ngun,
Sabrina Bustos.
Christian Barrios,
Brianna Loksun.
Mary Nancy Torres,
Mirna Hernandez.
Alp Khan Sengur,
Carolina Cejas Sandoval.
Drenkem Chamisa,
Shirley Valakut.
Jessica Nance,
Myra Flores.
okay. Olivia Tim,
Geraldine Cruz.
Alvaro Coronado Espejo,
Inktu Bayajagal.
Gurleen Kaur,
Jalen Short.
Kaya Proudfoot,
Anna Koch.
Stephanie Oeda,
Fromkin Kistoff.
Jennifer Fuentes Flores,
Christopher Burcham.
Amanda Croxton,
Mutasim Ahmad Yahya.
Stephanie Melara Torres,
Dina Benslama.
Yara Idris,
Kamal Asif.
Daisy Plantes Molares,
Kamtu Trong.
Xiomara Chakun Cordada,
Gabrielle Sin.
Nisa Filiana Answar Gutierrez,
Argavan Vosugi.
Brown Del Pozo,
Amir Bati.
Yenny Romero,
Prentice Walker.
Colin Chancel Sal,
Nia Simple.
Perampun Choksawat Nukul,
Saba Gebre Johanse.
Sakwera Nuakes,
Jessica Centeno.
Maribel Nogales,
Anne-Marie McDonnelly.
Matalis Lobo,
Daniel Caprio,
Stephen Boyke,
Alexis Perry,
Hannah Smith,
Barbara Sanchez,
Anwar Alishali,
Mary Flores,
Mfal Aljanabi,
Chloe Desfaro,
Yanderier Victoria Zeta Serda.
Renardo McDaniel,
Okay. Shazna Chajaitri,
Catherine Bautista,
Abdul Basit Kayali,
Holly Clark,
Dimela Ariza Morales,
Francine Da Silva,
Adriana Panav Fanov,
Sauyu Lei,
Kenya Cruz,
Chen Zhao,
Jeremy Nation,
Michael Schroeder,
Lesla Marquez,
Stephen Bilson Ogowe,
Jose Aquana,
Joseph Benjamin Arthur,
Suzanne Winkler,
Maria Fernanda Saldana,
Suzanne, Sarah Winkler,
Letizia Yuma,
Marilyn Tansia,
Kevin Carter,
Brandon Wilson,
Jose Margot Luemos,
Ayana Graham,
Zenaida Bonilla Segovia,
Nitsu Marcela Shah,
Cody Watkins,
Elamshid Worku,
Sterling Clay,
Workeshet Marshachela,
Ivania Medrano,
Beatrice Flores,
Alexandra Duger,
Ursula Lariana Garcia,
Andrew Patrick Skikubo,
Monica Gonzalez Rodriguez,
Syed A. Fawad,
Angelique Lim,
Sayeda Fatima,
Eliana Mendez,
Syed Faywad,
okay. Roxana Mendez,
Kenya Patricia Salcedo,
Alexandra Juarez,
Victoria Andrea Espinal,
Herbert Joseph Lucas,
Rio Saudica,
Maria Avatia,
Kwazi Bekoe Bekoff,
Jonathan Burgess,
Kanish Ardizone,
Ivan Fuentes,
Ariana Guevara,
Arlis Calderon,
Ruth Alemu,
Stephanie Gonzalez Quish,
Mohammed Kumara,
Nathalie Lopez,
Frank Rivera,
Victoria Para,
Marvin Aguilar Montalvo,
Davis Thomas,
Yodit Alem Seged,
Drakel Christiana Durham,
Azia Elahi Adnan,
Alisa Billy,
Razan Jaff,
Leslie Seas,
Guadalupe Charles,
Mayan Ung,
Yadira Padron,
Iris Arazola,
Carly Saiho Caimino,
Ada Riley,
Zara Saleh,
Samantha Williams,
Ingrid Guevara,
Magdalene Coroma,
Eric Adalberto Fuentes,
Lydia Grinko,
Michael Ovando,
Emily Rodriguez Morales,
Boni Temele,
Jessica Wilsh,
Anna Tumubatar,
Carlos Isaguer,
Zelover Woods,
Patricia Pardo,
Estuardo Bernal Rodriguez,
Ruth Elemieshal,
Duresim Mirza,
Pulos Bata,
Ibrahim Huneti,
Jonathan Gabriel,
Marvin Smith Jr.,
Andualem Mekonnen,
Brianna Mayfield,
Muhammad Jamil Rahman,
Ana Ndongo Esse,
Yunus Amire,
Margaret Gayompa,
Maz Sir,
Mam Owuswa Boateng,
Rico Allen,
Eliza Ashura,
John Marbury,
Eric Sejas,
Hans Christ,
Melissa Lopez,
Erica Gilliam Doge,
Lilian Soto,
Yuriko Pendanilo Rojas,
Paula Rocha,
Vanessa Hodge,
Tam Nguyen,
Nali Nohazi Ade,
Tran Nguyen,
Gonzalo Munoz,
Leonardo Arias
Cabit.
Barrera,
Ivory High,
Mark Geppert,
Stefan Toles,
Surendra Singh,
Pramod Gupta,
Michelle Levy,
Graciela Cohen Torres,
Kidis Gaonut,
Stephanie Seguera,
Francisco Montenegro,
Farshta Nurishatani,
Seul Gu,
Pahar Agia,
Fadi Zaki,
okay? Jadin Pan Lapai,
Maria Aguilar,
Jacqueline Lee Doe,
John Paul Del Mende,
Min Guan,
Brunella Gordillo,
Shanta Alvarez,
Marina Rivera Hernandez,
Kathleen Savage,
Atipat Wongsuriwat,
Sarah Mister,
Dylan Hofstadler,
Mahlet Arnalem,
Carolyn Fifik,
Hanan Lieu,
Fatima Zahura,
Ramon Heleguero Hazu,
Paula Zamora Aceituna,
Rui Miao,
Nilufar Kiramand,
Matekwe Ndalama,
Mark Anthony Cuellar,
okay, Ari Missouri,
Rocio Rodriguez Galan,
Kristen Noel Thomas,
Caitlin Roberts,
Rabia Zadva,
Quinzao Vu,
Secure Dum Ford,
Dalia Roledi,
Gina Lewis,
Joshua Ruat,
Juliana Nunez,
Malet Admasu,
Khalid Hashmi,
Hikma Surur,
Patricia Nablezada,
Farkanda Kawai,
Paige Footfoot,
Hugh McLeod,
Kaylin LaSalle,
Shurva Da Costa,
Deja Redden,
William Ashby Jr.,
Mikhail Orbeta.
Alejandro Gonzalez.
Samprada Chapagin.
Razu Gurung.
Safina Ashretha.
Asmit Nepal.
Tamana Harel.
Akash Chowdhury.
Arjan Khatri.
Nicholas Irving.
Raul Thakur.
Cheryl King.
Rodrigo Bardales.
Chrissy Mosquera Jimenez.
Alejandra Navarro.
Brandy Mason.
Talha Kausa.
Ciara McFeeters.
Gabriela Obino.
Anthony Fonseca.
Said Furkan Akani.
Nesa Brewer.
Khalid Mahmoud.
Ashton Flora.
Rebecca Harrington.
Shelby Young.
I'm not sure what you mean, but I think you said the second half.
So David Aguirre.
The second. Now I get what
The
you
second.
mean. That's what I was getting. Was trying to
Juliet Robinson.
Okay. Ethan Sadwai.
George Estalit.
Ricardo Lugomas Guerrero.
Catherine Castro Montaño.
Jamie Alvarez Sr.
Diana Gabriela Alessandra Hernandez.
Jomaine Flores.
Ana Karina Garcia.
Anastasia Lodaco.
Denise Granda.
Randy Sartorius.
Gloria Osoro.
Deshaun Graves.
Angela Borospi.
Pariana Urmi.
Julissa Michael.
Enus Amdallah.
Tamba Raymond Senesi.
Samoro Marshall.
Shanje Aftab.
Sean Craig.
Asma Khurshid.
Frederick Doring.
Hajar Husni.
Deborah Grubbs.
Taima Al Yudiani.
Jessica Suarez Gutay.
Silvana Montoñez.
Roxalana Tronik.
Kirubel Aklilo.
Fern and Moon.
Haley Neal.
Susli Castro.
Ing Saya Batrah.
Bianca Soriano.
Michelle Niam Ochir.
Laurie Jane Trejo.
Samuel Dario.
Elena Tial.
Amar Paul Casara.
Amos Leon.
Maria Paz.
Alex Oliveira Cuneno.
Ivy Juarez.
Ines Chavez Torres.
Andrea Moreno Perdomo.
Sonia Comara.
Okay. Enjai Davidson.
Rosny Moranta.
Sintayu Gebreo.
Fabiola Reyes Rodriguez.
Joy Gizar.
Ariel Clemens.
Nana JB.
Evelyn Pona Kirora.
Valentina Afriye.
Kimberly Posada.
Stephanie Osei.
Giancarlo Delgado.
Asfa Temari.
Carlos Omar Romero Castro.
Carla Rojas.
Richard Canas.
Hymanat Amogne.
Felix Antonio Palacios.
Janet Logan.
Anderson Beatrice.
Jocelyn Aviles Gonzalez.
Okay, Nitson Etnor. Euta.
Fernando,
Leonard, right?
Fernando Monterosa Alvarado.
Okay. Rondo, right? What's the first name? Liam Rondo.
Rochelle Ella.
Okay. Amara Abasi.
Ashley Flores.
Okay. Luan Araya.
Maria Mendoza Aguirre.
Autash Betru.
Genesis Perla.
Meret Boku.
Catherine Guzman Escobar.
Anika Patterson.
Joseph Constantin Dobrescu.
Alexander Blair Oatman.
Ruth Nidzetze.
Brandon Matthews. Mateus.
Ponja Delphine Sajib.
Ali Islam.
Lydia Anderson.
Grant Holmes.
Wissam El Wabri.
Ashley Diaz.
Christopher Alexander Portillo.
Okay. Erica Lynch.
Zainab Zehau.
Lun Alicia Lungsha.
Gabriela Mulera Gonzalez.
Tuan Nguyen.
Asfo Abayazu.
Laveza Kabir.
Ashley Irvin.
Okay. Karina Porello Ochoa.
Jose Manuel Telo.
Sandy Asumu.
Anthony Chi.
Mariami Shangelia.
Evelyn Perez Rodriguez.
Jean Terven.
Ramatula Mbaye.
Kiran Ansar.
Brian Castellon.
Daniel Alejandro Terren Infante.
Jonathan Castellon Cejas.
Irena Logam.
Karen Dunso.
Tapiwa Samantha Shuma.
Mariela Bobadilla Ruiz.
Florence Ringera.
Marcos Rodrigo Sanchez.
Gail Aurelus.
Caitlin Riley.
Bernice Anya.
Jenny Bonilla.
Evelyn Sorto.
Tiberio Flesario.
Jelis Vargas.
Amanda Jackie Chan Lee.
Cheryl Wilson Kanadi.
Pernell Strom.
Alejandro Zuniga Sosa.
Alberto Nolasco.
Ekram Ngadi.
Odette Strider.
Maya Elhaj.
Robert Freeman.
Malcolm Casa.
Bianca Marie Katama Nasu.
Jamile Valdez.
Delorian Strozer.
Nasir Fagiri.
Larissa Bistiu.
Okay. Then Higet Mehdi Kipsa. Kipasa.
Wilmara Quesada.
Jennifer Peña Cruz.
Marshall Warum.
Sadie Vasquez Cruz.
Daniela Villa.
Angela Bravo.
Wilmer Hernandez.
For this.
Okay. Raul Puza Tika.
Taha Safraz.
Virgilio Raul Puza.
Woni Choi.
Okay. Leonardo Lozano.
Isabel Kenyum.
Noah Jafari.
Sara Safi Mugenga.
Don Nusin Kulota.
Irene Mensa.
Okay. Bachulum Boyar Kumar.
Marie Schaffer.
Chad Creason.
Inez Georgieva.
Okay. So let's.
Esther Mwandime.
Michelle Lubunao.
Ashanafi Bereded.
Carissa Grenell Escuello.
Alimahu Abeda.
Marlorin Jimenez.
Elias Amayo.
Juan Torres.
Andrea Eges Lege.
Merna Musa.
Thomas Hilleman.
Misun Musa.
Raymond Rosa.
Nicholas Davila.
Daniela Garcia.
Thomas Brown.
Elni Demisie.
Maria Arias.
Charles Amara.
Rania Aja.
Brittany McKinnon.
Alguario Sanchez.
Asif Ahmad.
Afra Ibrahim.
Ninoska Elizabeth Flores Gomez.
Nicholas Fanizi.
Daniela Castro de Lao.
Lima Kuyam.
Jennifer Argueta.
Mebrat Mekonen.
Lian Trong.
Cristo Reyes.
Nada Ali Mohammed.
Luther Cordova Vargas.
Kinja Kevon Shanku.
Jasmine Damoni.
Astrid Gillis.
Gatanesh Dagpao.
Jessica Rosales.
Anagil Fifre Lobo Leon.
Mariama Nene Berry.
Veronica Martinez Mazza.
Raquel Denim.
Ariana Caneza Leitze.
Tanya Mendoza Soriano.
Yonjiao He.
Casey Pineda.
Eduardo Ramos Charcon.
Devin Reynolds.
Adisu Tafera.
Oscar Sorto.
Zewdi Agnes.
Katrina Peterson.
Wala Ashba.
Jahad Al Nashri.
Bushra Muhammad Salem.
Abraham Stephen Cardenas.
Karim Reyes.
Austin Morrison.
Nancy Rosa.
David Lane.
Jennifer Delcid Chavez.
William Burns.
Fode Fofana.
Forrest Helbert.
Tashina Khan.
Edwin Almonte.
Naila Kargum by Eva.
Olga Natalia Amador Salmeron.
Kira Vediamina.
Rocio Carrillo Martinez.
Camille Giacomello.
Arturo Lopez.
Ana Cochon.
Samina Sekander.
Leonardo Sarino Acosta.
Marzia Tushi.
Abdullah Ali Timuldi.
Benish Suja.
Okay. Hassan Saleh.
Tita Mohammed.
Jennifer Talcott.
William Rodriguez.
Bailey Manuel White.
Catherine Koigui.
Lagan Smith.
Natprapa Bunyaya Noon.
Bessie Lovers.
Yolanda Benton.
Jacqueline Florian.
Angelica Torres.
Lindsay Moore.
Madeline Poe.
Mariam Tahir.
Travan Joseph.
Kelsey Vasili.
Autumn Dancy.
Jeffrey Quinteros Sharon.
Saika Sadiq.
Leslie Ortega Escobar.
Anel Domenech.
Latia Stokely.
Ruby Passach.
Oliver Martinez.
Blanca Berrios Canada.
Skyle Peters.
Diana Reyes.
Graham McRear.
Tino Tenda Muvavariwa.
Danny Valdez.
Divyani Adkihari.
Onur Isla.
Sean Rankin.
Marco Zubieta.
Samuel Alejandro Fernandez.
Freda Molina del Rosario.
Saad Faisal.
Benedict, okay, Mkweso.
Aisha Khan.
Claudia Y. Lopez Chalo de Castro.
Jared Haile Mescal.
Veronica Spratt.
Wasik Ahmad.
Diana Inesteriosa.
Gabriel Santillan.
Semien Ahmed.
Zigani Alassane Leonard.
Dan Mutombo.
Dali Akya Sarpong Ammo.
Salamawit Malcolm.
Ming Long Sie.
Helen Tamam.
Nari Cavarubias.
Aya Al Tashi.
Jenny Jiong Lee.
Elaha Kaligi.
Katrina Alexander.
Mariam Nazakat.
He lost his card.
Okay.
David Speedy. Chevaria Navarro.
Mustafa Khan.
Miriam Hina Katak. Susan Salehi. Ahruz Vakilzali. Jesse James. Nadia Arce Moreno. Darwin Kiros. Bobby Vault. Dean Conway. Elsie Darko. Simone Jenkins. Kiolani. Karen Guardado Rodas. Carol Leon. Oscar Almendares Chicas. Janice Ashi. Imani Argauyu. Selena Drincic. Julio Tovar Jr., Celeste Yeardau, Alexandra Jacqueline Williamson, Asiya Ahmed, Yusra Rahman, Bisma Awan, Masa Faralad, Maria Camacho Bal, Jorge Cardoso, Onon Chintuya, Ashmita Kural, Zainab Syed, Gail Gathman, Ashley Dardinsky, Julia Atranik, Yelena Bakralik, Hiba Saliman, Angel Akuf, Angel Enkuf, Nigan Tran, Ansuya Adikari, Erin Din, Ashley Marquez, Brigitte Contreras, Konjin Koyak, Lubna Faroun, Marco Dizon, Keanu Driscoll, Eduardo Ananias, Joseph Gimalt, Rama Khalif, Nicole Maldonado Sandoval, Larissa Sanabria, Nelly Grace Nguya, Salis Yamin, Miguel Trinidad Narciso, Saba Zubair, Sophia Laku, Princess Pio Quinto,
Congratulations. You did it. You did it. Graduates, now it's time to find which 7 of you have won the $1,000 transfer scholarship. So, please open your diploma cover and then peel back the inserted congratulatory note. And if you see the Nova Nighthawk looking back at you, you can see him right there, then please stand and be recognized. Any Nova Nighthawks? Congratulations. Good job. And we thank again the Nova Foundation for their support and the donation of the scholarships. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask that the winners of the scholarships please proceed to the ground level area in front of the podium to claim your award. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending the college's 2019 commencement exercises. Guests are requested to remain in place until the platform party, the presidential party, and the graduates have exited the seating area. Graduates and faculty, please stand for the recessional. Graduates, please remain in place until you are guided from your seating area by our marshals and volunteers. And to allow room for all graduates to smoothly exit, I ask that graduates meet up with their family and guests by the main entry and the exit gates, not along the sides. And finally, once you've completed family photos, if graduates would like to donate their regalia for use by future graduates, volunteers will be near the gates to graciously accept your donation. Congratulations again to the class of 2019, NOVA's 53rd graduating class.